Hi everyone, this is Katherine, and I thought that the Monopoly game was very interesting. I thought it was a really cool simulation of how each class has its own struggles, and how distributions of power are certainly not equal in society, and a cool show of the different barriers that are in place to maintain that certain hierarchy that we see daily. In my particular game, I was part of the lower class, and survival or game survival was definitely a challenge. As soon as I had the chance to buy property, it was either taken or there were certain rules or regulations / laws, if you will, to make sure that I couldn't do that. So throughout the game, I only made one purchase, and the property had a grand rent of $2. And like some investments in life, it just didn't pay off because no one landed on it, not even once. So it was a very unfortunate play on my part. And I was doing okay until I landed on one of the properties with houses on it. Then whoosh, everything was gone. And in addition to the unfortunate rolls of the dice, some other difficult things in the game were the community chest cards, the chance cards, and the income tax especially, because it seemed crazy for me to have to pay a luxury tax on like a diamond ring when just buying a very, very cheap property just seemed impossible. But it was just a fun game. I really fell into my role and just had fun with it. It was interesting to see how people kind of took on their characters in a way, and had fun making sarcastic remarks to each other of different classes, and people of the same classes would kind of join up. For example, me and the other individual in the lower class, we would cheer each other on and say, you can do it, and like I'm crossing my fingers for you, and just all of these really nice things when if somebody from the other class succeeded, it was just kind of like oh man, that kind of stinks. For example, when our upper class individual had to pay $25 per house, there was like this collective cheer in the group. Some people even raised their hands because we understood from our particular viewpoints that it was hard to buy a property, let alone to put houses on it. So it was like, yeah, you deserve it for getting ahead. You pay that money. So it was kind of funny to see how everybody fell into their roles, and in particular, they fell into roles that they probably may or may not be actually used to in real life. It was some other things that were kind of cool to realize were that it seemed like some people were set up to succeed while others were set up to struggle based on the class they were placed or born into. It was also very evident that it was easier to move up from middle class to upper class than from, let's say, lower class to upper class. Luck was also very important in the ways that things turned out in the game and that they turn out in life, I suppose. It was also a very prominent idea that the upper class truly had an advantage and set the tone for the game because their movements affected everybody else so much. But overall, Monopoly was just a really cool experience, and I hope that we play it again, but hopefully with different classes and roles in place. Bye everyone, see you in class.